Good afternoon, my endurance studs and studettes. Matt Mosman, Chief Endurance Officer at EndurElite, the maker of premium supplements for endurance athletes, an endurance training and supplement expert. Today we're just going to jump right to it and get to the topic I'm going to talk about. I received a question on Facebook yesterday by a guy named John who pretty much could crush me on the bike on Strava, but I think I can get him in running. But John asked, can you build up a tolerance to caffeine? Now, I could be like every other supplement industry guy and say, just basically lie to your face and say, nah, you'll never build up a tolerance to caffeine. It'll always work. It'll always have the same effects. But I was always told, when you lie, you make the baby Jesus cry. And being the Christmas season, I am not going to do that. So, can you build a tolerance to caffeine? It's kind of a confusing answer. The answer is yes, no, maybe. Honestly, the research is a little bit conflicted when it comes to caffeine intolerance. So, basically, there are three types of people when it comes to caffeine. First, the people who can take caffeine day in and day out, never develop a tolerance to it and get nice performance-enhancing effects when they're running or riding every day. The second type of person is people who can take caffeine for a while and they will eventually build up a tolerance to it. And the third part, and it sucks to be you, is there are some caffeine non-responders. Literally, these people could take 1,000 milligrams of caffeine and it would put them to sleep. It doesn't work. So the solution to this, if you're one of those people where caffeine works day in and day out, just stick to that 3 to 6 milligrams per kilogram body weight like we've talked about in previous videos. If you are one of those people who develops a tolerance over time, there's a couple things you can do. One, you can up your caffeine dosage by 25 to 50 mgs and see if that has an effect. The second option, and probably the better one, is if you feel yourself building the tolerance to caffeine, you can cut it out for about 3 to 5 days, and the research shows that after that period of abstinence, that the effects of caffeine should come back. Now, if you're one of those unlucky individuals who, doesn't respond to caffeine, at all, there's other solutions for you that you can still get some nice performance-enhancing benefits from other ingredients. But as a whole, and for the majority of endurance athletes, caffeine is going to work really, really well, like I said, to improve time to exhaustion, time to fatigue, make a harder exercise seem easier, increase focus, reaction time, things of that nature. Now, going back to, those people where caffeine doesn't work, let's just take PerformElite, for example. Yes, PerformElite has caffeine in it. It has about 215 milligrams of two forms of caffeine. You have straight caffeine anhydrous, and then you have another one called Pure Energy, which is more of an extended release caffeine. But in addition to that, you have 9 other performance-enhancing ingredients, to mention a few: the beetroot, the beta-alanine, the Elevate-TP, that can enhance endurance performance outside of the caffeine. I'm going to drop a little secret here too. For those of you who are non-responders to caffeine, or maybe you're one of those endurance athletes that doesn't like stimulants in your pre-workout. That's fine. I totally get it. We will be releasing a non-stimulant version of PerformElite in 2018. We'll be removing the caffeine anhydrous and the Pure Energy and putting a pretty cool ingredient in there called teacrine. So fear not, caffeine non-responders. We got you covered. Like I said, with the original PerformElite formula, you have those 9 other ingredients that can really increase endurance performance if you don't get any kind of effect from caffeine. And then for all you non-stim people, there will be a different formula coming out in the near future that will have all the stimulants removed, and in place of it have teacrine. So, to kind of conclude, I understand that some supplements aren't going to work for some people while it's going to work for others. I'm never going to tell you that, every single ingredient out there works, because besides caffeine, there's a ton of other ingredients people won't respond to. Like creatine, for example, you have your responders and non-responders. But what I always do, and especially with PerformElite, is I always offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So in the event that you get it, it's not working, which I think it will work for the majority of the people. If it doesn't work, hey, no problem. We tried, it didn't work. You send it back, I refund your money. So no risk, no obligation there. All right, my endurance friends, that's all I have for today. Until next time, stay fueled, stay focused, stay fast.